Thank you for introduction. I'm Mitsuru Mizuno from Japan Science and Technology Agency, called JST. Congratulations on 15 years. I pay respect to all people who worked for SciELO. And I'm very glad to be here in this beautiful city of Sao Paulo and to have this opportunity to give you the presentation about our e-journal platform named JStage. At first, I'd like to introduce our organization, JST. JST was established of two organizations in 1996. One is Japan Information Center of Science and Technology, which supplied science and technology information service. The other is Research Development Corporation of Japan, which was a funding agency. So JST is now known as one of the big R&D funding agencies. We fund researchers in the academic and the industry more systematically based on the specific designated areas or policy-driven areas for promoting innovation in Japan. In addition, JST is now involved in a wide spectrum of areas, including R&D funding, technology transfer, and raising public awareness of science. The pie chart shows our budget. The STI departments account for 7% of the total budget of $1.2 billion US dollars. And this chart shows a list of databases and services by JST. We have 33 million bibliographic data and 9.8 million patent data on JGlobal, and 220,000 researchers' information on Read and Research Map. And as a different kind of service, we have a job-seeking database for researchers called JRecIn. And we have DOI registration function on Japan Link Center, shortly called JALC. And we have JStage. JStage is a platform for publishing scholarly electronic journals in Japan, currently offering some 1,600 journals and 2.3 million articles. It is the largest such services in Japan. It contains many English language articles as well as Japanese. All the articles can be viewed free of charge. All the abstracts can be viewed free of charge. And more than 80% of the journals allow free viewing of full text. JStage was enhanced to disseminate the research results of Japan to the world. As a background, Japanese academic society doesn't have a strong financial basis, and the digitalization rate in Japan was very low compared with US and EU countries. This picture shows the framework of JStage project. Most of scholarly journals in Japan are published by respective academic societies. JST is running the project by national budget. It costs about 500 million yen per year, including assistance for publishers by a support center, as well as system management. The journal registered with JStage contains peer-reviewed papers in science and technology, including the humanities and social sciences. the hosted journals must meet the following these conditions and pass a screening processes. The peer-reviewed journals published by Japanese non-commercial sciences, societies, and should be published regularly, should be accept papers from outside of the society, and the society should bear the cost of data. And this is a brief history of JStage. During the 14 years since the service began, JStage was upgraded and gained new functions. When JStage launched in 1999, then relatively advanced functions like full-text searching, linking to cited articles, electronic appendix functions were implemented. JStage was upgraded into JStage 2 in 2003. With this version, the service began offering an advanced publication function that is a typical aspect of a e-journal, and my JStage for registering user favorites and alerting new issues, and accesses, statistics, reports, compliant with a counter international standard. JStage 3 was released in May 2012 as the newest version. The biggest implementation is the support for XML content. It is now possible to upload data compliant with the journal article tag suite called JATS, an international standard XML format. The submission and review system offered as an optional services have become an ASP services, the Scholar One manuscripts and editorial manager, which are widely used internationally. And linking with cross-check, a service for preventing plagiarism provided by Crossref is also offered in 2012. This chart shows the journal categories on JStage. The largest one is the medicine and pharmacy journals by 30%. The second is engineering by 28%, followed by bioscience. Recently, social sciences are getting increased. And 87% of journals on JStage are free of charge. And the rest, 13%, subscription is required. But it's including partially restricted. For example, the most recent issues are restricted only for subscribers, and other older ones are free. So it is totally 13%. Language. The language used in JStage are English or Japanese. 21% of them are entirely English journals. And 48% are mixture of English and Japanese. The remaining 31% are journals which are written in Japanese only. Most of the articles have English abstracts, even though the full text is provided in Japanese. And this chart shows the accesses from outside of Japan. And it is important to encouraging innovation in our country, that the articles on JStage are widely read and used in Japan. At the same time, communicating Japan's research result widely outside of Japan and having them used worldwide, one of the objectives of JStage is a way of the contributing to the global society. Of the papers downloaded from JStage, around 10 million accesses are from outside of Japan per year. The majority of these are downloaded from China, India, South Korea, and other parts of Asia, and from North America, and from European countries. From Brazil is 1.3%. It is next to South Korea. It is not a small one. And impact factors. And many opinions have raised about impact factor in this couple of days. But our academic societies are still interested in impact factors. In 2011, of the 236 journals having impact factor, and 110 are published on JStage, which gives a picture of how the journals on JStage are steadily having the global impact. Of course, some Japanese journals put out by the major overseas publishers obtained high impact factors. However, when it comes to the growth of the impact factor of journals in Medline, journals on JStage shows relatively higher increase rate than those on platform outside Japan. JStage will continue to contribute to the world's intellectual activities by rapidly and openly communicating outstanding research results originating in Japan to the world. And JStage is in cooperation with many organizations and services and making links both outbound and inbound. Core system we enhanced is Japan Link Center called JALC. JALC was certified as the 9th DOI registration agency in March 2012. And once society uploaded journals, the contents are disseminated via various features on JStage, enjoying high visibility by virtues of being on Google, Scopus, Ebisco, Procast, PubMed, and etc. Every article is allotted a DOI. In this way, the papers published on JStage can easily be searched and viewed by readers and scientists around the world. The linked entities are expected to continue growing even beyond those shown here. Then, I'd like to talk about the next step of JStage. Now, needless to say, the technology continues to develop at a breakneck speed, changing academic publishing environments worldwide. JStage needs to decide how to respond. Let me introduce some challenges we are planning to work on. Today, resources or authors, as well as journals, articles, begin to have their own identifier. Such identification enables the publishers streamlining of workflow and developing strategies with accuracy. As you know, the impact factor has been made controversial issues. We need to follow new trend like article level metrics from the context. And we are now planning to implement data repositories in JStage. If JStage is able to include the data accompanied with the academic papers, such as data coming from the experiments, it would be help to promote efficient research activities, leading to innovations. And one big issue of JStage is promotion. We are planning to select well-established journals as leading journals and provide them in the style of journal package. Journal package will have each more attractive and practical option, especially in this variety of title available via JStage. So we have many issues to be resolved, but through JStage, we are disseminating Japan's science and technology information to the world. Thank you very much.